Oh, I'm live. Hello, hello. This is Tara Sage. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Holy cow, I'm coming to you today from the bathroom of my RV. How weird is that, right? I know, super weird. I am literally sitting on the lid of my toilet. Here I am in the bathroom. I have water and everything I could need for our conversation today. So welcome to those who are joining. I was just sharing I am literally in the bathroom of my RV, coming to you today for a little chat. I've even got TP here, like all the makings of the bathroom. Okay, so let's get started. Let me tell you like why the heck I am in the bathroom. Well, I'm in the bathroom for today's Tips from Tara video because I thought what better place to talk to you about creative constipation. That's today's topic in our Tips from Tara series. Welcome to all who are joining. Hello, hello, welcome to my bathroom. So today's topic is how to cure creative constipation and get back in the flow. There we go. What better place than a bathroom to talk about that? So what do I mean by creative constipation? What I mean by creative constipation is when you have a backlog of creative ideas, a backup of inspiration, like a nudge that just keeps nudging you but has gone unexpressed. Anyone relate to having that? If so, give me a thumbs up. For whatever reason, it's a creative inspiration that keeps getting put off until later or someday, or in many cases, never. And then the next creative nudge comes along and that too gets stuffed or dismissed or put away for later. This is what I mean by creative constipation. So if this continues to happen consistently over time, it creates a backup and it generally feels pretty awful. Kind of like a brick in your stomach. Anyone relate? It's painful. It's painful to know that you have creativity within you, that you have dreams and you have potential within you that is untapped, that is not being expressed, that for whatever reason you are holding back, you are keeping it from the light, and as a result, it remains unexpressed. If you relate, give me an I relate. I hear you from your bathroom, Tara. Now, coming to you today from my bathroom is admittedly kind of silly, right? It's kind of silly. But what I'm speaking to here today is actually very, very serious. Now, there's a quote by Miles Monroe. He was a spiritual leader. He passed away a few years ago. And I feel like he really said this best when he talked about the wealthiest place on earth. And so I'm going to read you his beautiful quote from the bathroom. So I've got the quote here. So here's what he said. He said, "The wealthiest place on earth is not the gold mines, the oil fields, the diamond mines, or the banks. The wealthiest place on earth is the cemetery. Therein lie companies that were never started, inventions that were never made, best-selling books that were never written, and masterpieces that were never painted. In the cemetery is buried the greatest treasure of untapped potential. There is a treasure within you that must come out. Don't go to the grave with your treasure still within you." Whew, I've got some TP here in case I start crying. But seriously, there is a treasure within you that must come out. So incredibly powerful. And that's really what I'm talking about here today. That's what I mean by creative constipation. Don't go to the grave with your creative potential still within you. It's just too high a price. That's the high price of what can happen when creative constipation goes untreated. Now, you might be saying, well, Tara, my idea would be no masterpiece. Or, I'm no Michelangelo or Tesla or J.K. Rowling. Well, maybe you are or maybe you aren't. I really don't know. But the point is that you won't know either if you don't let it come out. A part of you will always wonder. And something that I wonder too is how many people would have benefited from your creation that will never know about it. We won't know unless you let it out. So either way, it's really not about you being world-renowned. It's about you being the fullest expression of you. And that can't happen if you won't let it flow. Got it? So rather than asking, will it be great? I think the more important focus point and question to really consider here is, what's keeping you from full expression? Why is your creativity so often deferred to later or someday, or worst case scenario, to never? So what I've heard from clients again and again is that they think their idea is perhaps foolish or silly or unimportant, right? And I get it. But here I am talking to you on an absolutely beautiful day from the bathroom of my RV, because if talking to you from my bathroom today helps give you permission to do something silly or outside the box in your own life, then that will have been worth it to me. You get it? Because I know what happens. The seemingly practical can take over your life. The to-dos and the shoulds and the status quo and the expectations of others can always seem more important. And yet, at what cost? At what cost? Part of my job as a coach is to be a facilitator of action. I coach people to live their dreams, and I teach how to create a life and a business that you don't need a vacation from. A life that has you not just surviving, but thriving in all areas. Now, if you saw last week's Tip from Tara video with the bad lighting, but we'll set that aside, I shared a simple exercise with you that you can do to really begin to break the pattern of autopilot cycles in your life. Now, if you missed it, I encourage you to check it out after you watch this video, of course. But today, I'm really going to build on that, okay? So they really go together. If you are aching to feel more playful, more creative, more free, if you are unwilling to let your dreams and potentials die inside of you, if you are tired of feeling boxed in and tired of doing things the way they have always been done, and you are ready for more variety and fun, and lastly, if you are tired of sitting on things and you're itching to get in gear, yet you have a backup in the creative flow department, and you always seem to find a reason to ignore or disregard those inspired ideas, then my professional diagnosis is you have creative constipation. I know, it's embarrassing. I get it. People don't like to talk about it, but trust me, in my 13 plus years of doing this work, I have heard it all, and I am not here to judge one bit. I just sincerely want to help. So let me say to you too, I get this on a personal level. It's not just my degree in psychology and leadership and my training in behavior modification that has me knowing about this. It's in large part also due to my firsthand personal experience with creative constipation. Yes, it's true. So, for example, I just completely rebranded my entire business and launched a new website for this very reason. Because I reached a point personally where I started to feel limited by the old. And after sitting on it and resisting it for a while, I finally followed inspiration and I created something new. And, you know, I gotta say, I'm so glad I did it because it's already opening up all kinds of new doors for me and all kinds of new possibilities for how I can serve. And I've got new events and creative collaborations and projects that are now underway. And I'm back in the flow, and it feels really good. And I'm so glad to be sharing that with you. But pushing through that resistance can be very, very challenging, especially when you feel rooted in routines and responsibilities, and you don't know where to start to break the patterns and to free yourself. I get it. I know how easy it can be for creative ideas to get smothered or stuffed away before they even have a chance to ignite anything or to be put into motion. Now, as I shared last week, creature of habit behaviors can quickly become robotic, unconscious ways of being. And the key is to shake up that routine. So, here's my tips from Tara for you today to get back in flow. It's pretty radical. Are you ready? Write it down. Do the thing you're feeling a creative nudge to do. That's it. Do it. Give yourself permission to do it, regardless of how silly or unimportant you're telling yourself it is. Take the inspired action that follows that inner nudge. And yes, you may need a little push. You may need to push a little bit harder than usual. Wink, but do it anyway, okay? There is this Danish proverb that I love that says, the highest mountain in the world is the threshold of the door. So true, isn't it? Right? Often getting started really is the hardest part. And that's more often than not due to a mental block, a story in your mind, an old belief that tells you to maintain status quo, no matter how soul-deadening or uninspiring it may be. So my advice, silly as it sounds, boils down to this: don't poop on your potential. Don't poop on your potential. That's my tips from Tara for today. Silly as it may sound, don't poop on your potential. Take inspired action on those creative nudges and then watch what happens. Watch what happens. Because what I know is that inspired action has a way of revealing more inspired action. That's a writer-downer. So all you have to do is take the next step. That's all you have to do, one step at a time. Now, of course, if you are having trouble doing this on your own, or if you really want to speed up the process, I am more than happy to help. If you are motivated and if you are ready to get back in the flow and you could use a little help, let's connect. Let's connect for a complimentary personal one-to-one session and explore the possibilities together, okay? So to do that or to claim that, if that's for you, then go to sessionwithtara.com, okay? Easy breezy, sessionwithtara.com. So feel free to share in the comments what creative nudge you are following today. However big, silly, small, it doesn't matter. Do it and let me know how it goes. Okay? And again, if your next inspired action is to connect with me, I'm so honored. Let's do it. You can schedule a session over at sessionwithtara.com. My gift to you. All right, so did you like this video? It's silly, I know, but it's also powerful. So if you liked it, I would so appreciate if you'd share it with your friends. That would mean so much to me. So in closing, my wish for you is that your dreams will always inspire more than they intimidate. And may you live a life that you love so much that you don't need a vacation from it. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.